the Moloch credit money religion. The topics of money and religion tend to be controversial subjects. Add this potential for controversy to the idea that a god Moloch is hiding in plain sight at your bank, then mix in topics of global warming and energy and politics, and you have the book, Money, the 12th and Final Religion. The credit money system of god Moloch is a religion of simultaneous lies and truths. This parallel composition is such that those on the inside of the money tradition that are perpetrating the lies are totally dependent upon the rest of us telling the truth. When those outside of the banking system, such as stock market players and mortgage makers, lie, the credit system falters, as is the case with asset-backed paper and subprime mortgages. The big lie of banking is that loans are made from customers' deposits. In reality, it is the other way around. The mystery of money creation is in how deposits begin with loans. Let us start our inquiry about money as a religion from the perspective of the sky. Also, we can use the theological notion of monality. Other gods can exist. We only worship our God. Many traditions and sacred scriptures tell us about beginnings of religions that happen from the sky. Often, there are angels and things and beings from the sky. Some say that God visits the earth and returns to the sky. In a sense, considering the air of the biosphere, we also live in the sky. There are reports and myth and legend of an underworld. There is the wonder of an abyss and visits in the underworld. I suggest that here on Earth, since we live under the atmospheric pressure, 14 pounds per square inch, that we are living in the domain of the mythical underworld. Further, according to space travelers, the Earth, when approached from outer space, blocks out all background light and appears as a bottomless abyss. Many traditions and their faithful declare that an intervening God could choose to live among us. The faithful say their religion explains ultimate meaning. However, according to the legends of the early people, the sun was God. A Christian tradition tells about a male son of a god who was miraculously here, then went up to the sky. According to the movie Zeitgeist, it is allowed that the tradition of the male son of God is really a personification of the passage of the sun through its seasons. Others say that the personification of God is about the nature mystery of the agricultural seed. The saga of the Christ figure can be a metaphor of the seed and harvest of agriculture. Just like the seed, the Christ begins with miraculous origin. He lives, procreates in congregations. He is crucified, buried, and rises from the dead to live again. Very similar to the life of an agricultural seed. The Aztecs say that God brought the seed of maize as a special gift. We call maize corn. By the way, let the record show that the rules of botany indicate there is no wild corn or maize on Earth to evolve into cultivated corn. I offer this conundrum about the origin and properties of corn without comment to those who delight in the creation versus evolution argument. The Bible tells about how the seed multiplies as a divine miracle. Seed is the glory of the Lord. Prior to the invention of coin, the harvested seed of agricultural grain was the currency of the marketplace. In those pre-coin days, grain was not only the money, but a primary energy source as well. The role of grain to feed animals was very similar to the role of fossil fuel in your car. In a remarkable way, oil, known as black gold, is very important, if not essential, for the creation of modern money. It is a bizarre contradiction of the age that the creation of money from oil requires a combustion that consumes the air we breathe. The Bible traditions expand the saga of the gift of seed by telling us to prosper by taking dominion over all living. In effect, we are to become vice-regents, responsible for the planet while we prosper. The implication is that we are prospering in harmony with nature. Yet, for some reason, in our quest for prosperity, we seem to be irresponsible. The planet and its biosphere is being harmed by human activity. The origin of this harm to the planet and the polluting of the biosphere can be seen as a byproduct of commerce and the medium of exchange being in conflict with nature. This epoch of commerce seems to start with the patriarch Abraham and the biblical cohort called the great merchants. The commerce of the great merchants changed materially with the invention of the steam engine. The changes following from the steam engine are important because they mark the beginning of our dependence upon fossil fuel for energy and the rise of the credit money economy. The consequence of using the combustion of fossil fuel for energy is thermal pollution, currently called global warming. Coincidentally, with the advent of fossil fuel and the money economy, we can say that credit money becomes the primary tool for us to fulfill our role as vice regents. Obviously, we have a complex situation. Fossil fuel consumption has become a basis for the creation of money. For example, load oil on a tanker ship, take the bill of lading to a bank, get a loan for the value of the oil. Bingo! Money is created. But this process puts the biosphere at risk because combustion causes pollution. Further, fossil fuel combustion burns 14 times more air than it does oil. Air is essential for life. The shocking conundrum is that money, as the primary tool of modern life and progress, is only made possible by simultaneously consuming both the biosphere and oil. Economically speaking, our banking practice of creating credit money based upon loans for oil production and consumption has an egregious flaw. Any reduction in oil use automatically results in less money for the economy.